In my line of work we chase stories, ancient maps, forgotten texts, layers of time. But what if the story just stops? Not a cold trail, but a vanished one. This is the Great Silence. Archaeologists call it the 8.2 Kiloyear Event, a sudden, baffling disappearance of people across Europe. We're not talking about a lost city or treasure, but a whole way of life erased. Silence in archaeology means no tools, no bones, no charcoal, nothing to show people were ever there. Imagine digging through vibrant layers of ancient life, then hitting a sterile patch, just dirt, no trace of humanity. This happened across Europe, from Ireland to Germany, around 8,200 years ago. The Mesolithic world fell silent. It wasn't a slow decline or a simple migration, it was a sudden, widespread vanishing. In Ireland, the pollen and charcoal records show human-managed landscapes. Then, abruptly, the signs vanish. Forests reclaim the land. At Bedburg-Königshoven in Germany, a rich record of hunter-gatherers ends without warning. Starkar in the UK, once a hub of ritual and community, goes quiet after the event. This wasn't just one site abandoned. The entire network, seasonal camps, trade routes, shared knowledge, disappeared. For over a century, vast parts of Europe became a ghostland, empty of the people who had thrived there since the Ice Age. The evidence isn't just missing, it's as if the past itself stopped talking. The Great Silence is one of archaeology's most haunting mysteries. What could erase a culture so completely? The answer lies in the climate, and in the resilience and limits of human adaptation. The story of this disappearance is a warning, echoing across millennia. When the past stops talking, it's up to us to listen to the silence. The clues are there, hidden in the earth, waiting to be understood. This is where our search begins. To understand what was lost, forget the caveman stereotype. Mesolithic people were skilled, adaptable pioneers, thriving in a world of constant change. As the ice sheets retreated, they moved into new landscapes, managing their environment with fire and ingenuity. Sea levels rose rapidly, coastlines shifted, and entire regions like Doggerland vanished beneath the waves. These people didn't just survive, they innovated, adapting to new animals and habitats. Their tools evolved. Heavy spears gave way to bows, arrows, and microliths, tiny razor-sharp blades. Doggerland, now under the North Sea, was once a Mesolithic heartland, rich with life and culture. As the seas rose, they retreated, always adapting, always moving. Their world was dynamic, and so were they. The Mesolithic was an age of resilience and creativity. Doggerland is the ultimate lost world, a Mesolithic paradise now hidden beneath the North Sea. It was a vast, fertile plain, home to connected communities who thrived along rivers and wetlands. These people were masters of water, traveling by canoe, fishing, and trading across hundreds of miles. Archaeological finds, tools, bones, ritual sites hint at a complex society built on adaptation. The sea's slow rise forced constant migration, shaping their myths and culture. Then, disaster struck. The Storegga slide triggered a massive tsunami, devastating the last strongholds of Doggerland. The slow goodbye became a sudden end. The survivors scattered, and the link between Britain and the continent was severed. Doggerland's memory lingers only in the artifacts dredged from the deep. Mesolithic people were survival experts, shaping their world with remarkable skill. They used fire to manage landscapes, creating habitats that attracted game. Their signature tool, the microlith, was a modular blade, light, versatile, and efficient. This technology let them adapt quickly, carrying a pouch of blades for any task. Their diet was broad: hunting, fishing, gathering nuts and berries, a strategy for resilience. Settlements ranged from large base camps to specialized hunting or fishing sites. At Starkar, ritual objects like deer headdresses and amber beads reveal a rich spiritual life. These were not just survivors, they were innovators, artists, and storytellers. Their culture was complex, their knowledge deep. They thrived in a world of constant change until the world changed too fast. For centuries, Mesolithic people adapted to a warming world. Then, suddenly, the climate reversed. The trigger, a massive North American ice sheet melted, unleashing Lake Agassiz's freshwater into the Atlantic. This disrupted ocean currents, including the Gulf Stream, plunging Europe into a deep freeze. Ice cores show temperatures drop by up to 5 degrees Celsius, almost overnight. The cold snap lasted over a century, transforming landscapes and ecosystems. This wasn't just a European crisis, it sent shockwaves around the globe. Droughts hit Africa, monsoons failed in Asia. For Mesolithic Europeans, the impact was immediate and existential. Their world of open woodlands and abundant game vanished. The climate they'd mastered became hostile and unpredictable. Their finely tuned way of life was shattered. The Great Silence began. The sudden cold triggered ecological collapse. Productive woodlands were overtaken by dense, unyielding forests, making survival ever more difficult. Edible plants and game animals dwindled, rivers changed, fish runs failed. The Mesolithic way of life, mobility, seasonal camps, shared knowledge began to unravel. Social gatherings disappeared, and trade networks collapsed. Small groups struggled in isolation, facing hunger and despair. Birth rates plummeted, mortality soared. Cultural knowledge, tool-making, fire management, rituals was lost to the relentless cold. Oral traditions faded within a few generations. This was not a sudden catastrophe, but a slow, relentless erasure. The archaeological record goes silent. It was death by forgetting, an entire culture lost to time. 1,000 years of tradition vanished almost without a trace. When the cold ended, the Mesolithic cultures didn't return. The silence in the earth marks their absence. No ruins, no mass graves, just a vanished world. The land was not reoccupied by their descendants. The cultural memory was broken. Later, Neolithic farmers arrived from the Near East, bringing agriculture and a new way of life. To them, the land seemed empty, but it was haunted by the ghosts of a lost culture. Ancient DNA reveals a population replacement, not integration. The Mesolithic people were largely replaced, their legacy buried under new fields and farms. The few survivors were too scattered to resist the wave of change. The ghost of the Mesolithic world was finally laid to rest. Its memory survives only in the silence and the soil, a forgotten world, erased by climate and time. The 8.2 Kiloyear Event is more than ancient history, it's a warning. The Mesolithic people were masters of adaptation, yet a rapid climate shift overwhelmed them. Their resilient systems proved fragile when pushed past a tipping point. Today, we're changing the climate faster than ever before. The same ocean currents, the same ice sheets, are at risk. The collapse of the Mesolithic world shows how quickly everything can unravel. Climate change isn't just about weather, it's about the collapse of systems we depend on. Culture and knowledge can vanish in silence. The past warns us. Even the most adaptable societies can disappear. We must listen to the silence before we become the next ghost story.